Hi, thank you for clicking the video, and as the video goes on, if you like the content, subscribe. This clip, even though it's very short, is one of the most priceless videos on the internet worldwide. There's so many gems and lessons we can learn from this tiny clip of things we had in this country that we've lost and we may never get back again. And it's strange, a lot of people in this country call this the first world, and they call other countries third world, not even second world. That's how disrespectful it is. They call those other countries third world. And some people, they look down on that country. But some of the things in those countries, yeah, that are in this clip that we had not long ago, only a decade ago we had, or 2 decades ago we had, and we may never get back, those countries still have it. Certain things like respect for the old, kids not swearing at parents. But anyway, I don't want to talk too much in my videos. I hate when people watch review videos and they speak too much, so I'm going to get into this. At first, I'm just going to play it with no interruptions. And then after, I'm going to play it and stop it step by step and talk about the million different things. Because this clip is very short, but there's a million lessons in it. So, let me play the clip and just watch it. And then after, I'm going to go into like how things have changed, so badly changed. And even though we have technology now, we've lost some priceless things that we may never get back. So let's play the video.
Ian's still the highest scoring striker ever to play for Arsenal, and he owes a lot to the man who first taught him to kick a ball, his old school teacher, Sid Pigden.
As I haven't seen him for, 23, 24 years, and so he would now be expecting me to be 6 feet under, I would think. I don't actually think, he probably won't recognise me because he won't believe it's me. Hello, Ian. Long time no see.
Mr. Pigden, you're alive.
I'm alive, he says. How are you doing?
I can't believe it. Someone said you was dead.
As you see, I'm very much in, and I'm so glad you've done so well with yourself.
He was so supportive all the time. He kind of like had me as his kind of like special guy. I don't know what to say. God, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. You know, now I realise how important he was in my life. The first main imposing figure, male figure in my life. I know he loved me. You know, I don't know why he chose me. I'm glad that he did. He was the one who taught me about Jimmy Greaves and making sure when you finish when you're going through with the goalkeeper, look for the space, score beautiful goals. But he gave me responsibility. I mean, I used to collect the registers from the teachers. Then they made me milk monitor. I really liked that. And, you know, I looked
What was that like for the kid who couldn't sit still?
Well, it was really good. I just felt important. He wouldn't let me play football if he'd heard that I'd been naughty in class. He just gave me a sense of feeling like I had some use. You know, it was really weird because the viral video that went around. Where
yes, in 2010, you were reunited with him, and that video clip online's been viewed over 2 million times. You had thought that he had passed away. You'd been told incorrectly.
Couldn't find him. I was doing a television show, and there's a bit in it where I had to go back to the ground and just sit in the director's box. And so we're sitting there in a reflective moment, and then he just came off my right shoulder. And I'd said to him, "Oh my gosh, I thought you died, I thought you was dead." And he said, "Well, I'm very much alive, Ian," something like that. And then he said how proud he is of me. And then I hugged him, and because he was 3 or 4 steps up, I felt like I was like 7 again. I remember him saying, you know, because he was one of the youngest pilots in World War II. And when we won the war, he was one of the pilots chosen to do the flyover of Buckingham Palace, right? So I remember him saying that he was more proud of the fact that I played for England than him flying over Buckingham Palace.
Oh, Ian.
I love that man. Gosh, man, I'm so sorry to people who are listening. I'm just turning into this bumbling, crying guy. But
They'll all be crying with you, Ian, don't worry.
when he said that, he changed my life just by recognizing, I don't know what it was when I was standing outside that classroom, that I needed more. And he gave it to me. And, you know, to be able to unveil his plaque at Turnham Junior School was the greatest thing I've ever done in my life, to be honest.
Okay, so now I'm basically going to go over through the clip. Yeah. What I found so touching about this clip is that now we have all this internet, we have all this, latest cars, latest motorbikes, we have all this computer technology, all these apps, all these different social media. But the respect, these two guys have nothing in common. He was a teacher in a school. I take it was a PE teacher or football coach or something. Ian Wright was, he was from a single parent family. He had a stepdad that was very abusive. If you look into his life, who was really abusive to him. These two guys don't have much in common except they went to the same school. And the teacher, never treated Ian Wright bad because he was black, or because he was maybe from a poor area. And Ian Wright never looked at the teacher as, he's some white man, he doesn't understand me, he's got an easy life and this, that, and so forth. And the way the respect, I just want you to see the respect when he found out the teacher was behind him, and the way he turned around and he took his hat off, because in them days, I don't know why, but taking your hat off was a sign of respect. I suppose it's if you go into if someone was going for, I don't know, it was just a sign of respect anyway. But the way he took off his hat when he saw him, and he put his head down, because in them days, the teacher was part of the community. There's an African saying that it takes a whole village to raise a child. So back in those days, the teacher, the policeman in the area, the postman, your neighbours, anyone could, everyone said hello to each other. Yeah. Also, not that long ago, people didn't used to lock their doors. People sometimes used to leave their door open, or they used to put their key on a string tied to the letterbox, and then the kids would put their hand in the letterbox, and open take the key out. On the key would be on a string hanging from the letterbox inside, and the kids would put their hand inside, take the key and open the door. But a lot of doors wasn't even locked; they were open because people wouldn't go into people's house and steal. But anyway, the point I'm trying to say is that the teacher before was a part of the extended family. The policeman before were part of the extended family. The postman, all these kind of things. But just look the way he turns around. When the teacher, when he noticed the teacher is there, he turns around, he takes his hat off, he bows his head. It's just a respect. Now you go, you go to go on the high street, go to shopping centre, people, swearing at their parents, you see people, old woman gets on a bus, or old woman gets on a tube, no one gets up, pregnant woman gets on a tube, pregnant woman gets on a bus, no one gets up for her. There's a big, strong, healthy man, young, sitting down, he doesn't get up for her. A man be coming from work in his flash suit, old woman, pregnant woman won't get up for her. Teachers now are not respected like that. But just let's watch again.
Ian's still the highest scoring striker ever to play for Arsenal, and he owes a lot to the man who first taught him to kick a ball, his old school teacher, Sid Pigden.
As I hadn't seen him for, 23, 24 years, and so he would now be expecting me to be 6 feet under, I would think. I don't actually think, he probably won't recognise me because he won't believe it's me.
Look,
Hello, Ian.
look. He was laughing before because he was with the camera crew, because he talks about this later on. But he's with the camera crew and he's just, he's just looking around and laughing and joking. Ian Wright is a very jokeful guy. He's a very, jokeful's not the word. He's a very playful guy, and he not to disrespect him, he's like he's very I don't know, I can't find a word at the moment, but basically he's very playful as an adult. Even as an adult, he's always joking around, So, look, he turns around and sees him. Watch the respect now. He takes the hat off, he puts his head down, because that's the era he was born in. And in those days, respecting old people, was one of the fabrics of society. Your parents, older people, you know what I'm saying? The weak, the vulnerable, like I'm a Muslim, and why this resonates with me so much is that our prophet that came, Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace be upon him, he said, whoever doesn't show mercy to the youth, is not from us, and whoever doesn't show respect the old is not from us. Whoever doesn't show mercy to the youth, is not compassionate to the youth, is not from us, and whoever doesn't show mercy to the elderly or the olders are not from us. And this is why it resonates with me, because I see the society, I see how it's going downhill, and things like this we've lost. And since I've been Muslim and stuff, there's still a great emphasis, on disrespecting old people and respecting old people, respecting, teachers, people you work for, this, that, and so forth, And this is gone now. Like this kind of, the cloth of people that, that people came from, and the society doesn't create this kind of stuff no more. It's like me, even as a young guy, it's shocking. Sometimes I'll be sitting down, like on public transport, and I'll see a old lady, fragile woman that it takes like 5 minutes to walk, a few meters, and she'll get on and no one will get up for her. Pregnant woman will get on and no one will get up for her. But look, this is priceless. This.
Long time no see.
Mr. Pigden. You're
Put
alive.
on his chest watch.
I'm alive, he says. How are you doing?
Smiles.
I can't believe it. Someone said you was dead.
As you see, I'm very much in, and I'm so glad you've done so well with yourself.
And this guy's not no feminine guy. Ian Wright, I'm not really deep into football and stuff, but even though I'm not deep into football, I know that he was one of the best footballers in England, one of the greatest strikers. You know what I'm saying? He was like Ian Wright. He's not no feminine guy or soft guy and stuff. Like, he was one of the best strikers and so forth. He used to fight for the ball. You know what I'm saying? He was like, he was a healthy, sporty guy. Like, he doesn't cry like for no reason and so forth. But even this guy who's making millions and this, that, and the other and so forth, and he's playing a tough position and so forth, he starts crying. Why? Out of respect for this person who's teacher, because that's what society told him before. That you got to respect your teacher. Another thing is his father wasn't in his life. So this whole thing, unfortunately, this whole thing of the breakdown of the family and so forth, which now is rampant and so forth, it's very, very sad. But you can see the respect. I don't know how I've watched this clip so many times, and it you know, and it always affects you, man, you know. And I'm not a soft guy either, you know. So this clip always touches you.
Long time no see.
Mr. Pigden, you're alive.
I'm alive, he says. How you doing?
I can't believe it. Someone said you was dead.
As you see, I'm very much in, and I'm so glad you've done so well with yourself.
He was so supportive all the time. He kind of like had me as his kind of like special guy.
Even this here, even this position now. Ian Wright is a striker, yeah. He was like for one of the famous teams. I'm not going to get into too much football because I know how football fans are, and I don't know much about football. I know Arsenal at that time when Ian Wright was playing for Arsenal, they were one of the best teams, yeah. And you know, he's known as a scorer, a real man, a macho man, all this stuff. Even the way he's hugging him there, you know, and he's embracing him, you know. A lot of people look at him as a wimp or as feminine or whatever or so forth, but it just shows he grew up in a time when this country used to respect older people and teachers, and so forth. So he didn't really care about, I'm on camera, I'm hugging this man, you know, I'm black, he's white. He didn't really care, you know. And this is another thing, as I said, there's a lot of racism. There's a lot of racism, yeah. Not that much in London, but outside of London, there's a lot of racism because in London, a lot of poor people, yeah, they grow up on council estates, and when you live on a council estate, you mix with all different race and all different colours, you know, and so forth, yeah, like whites, Asians, blacks, you all mix together and so forth. You borrow sugar from each other, you take each other's kids to school and this, that, and the other, and so forth, yeah. So, like, when you grow up, say you grow up in London or council estate, it's very hard for you to be racist because you mix with each other, so you can't be brainwashed with stereotypes. But I find that when people outside of London, when people live on their own council estates or their own housing, and they don't mix with each other, they learn a lot of stereotypes from the mainstream media because they have no reference point. If I live in an area and it's just there's black people, and I don't mix with white people, I don't mix with Asians, I don't mix with other people, then when I sit down, but before as a Muslim, I used to trust the news, I used to believe the news, and I was brainwashed by the news. So if I'm a black person and I don't mix here with white people, Asian people, I'm going to believe the stereotypes here that the news and the media tells me, yeah? Because I have no reference point. It can happen with Muslims, it can happen with, you know, immigrants, it can happen with gypsies, Irish people, so forth, yeah? So, like, a lot of people become racist and get brainwashed subconsciously by the news and so forth. The point I'm trying to say is that, like as being a Muslim as well, I'm watching this clip, like we're taught, like we memorize the words of our Prophet and so forth, and he said Arab isn't superior to non-Arab, and non-Arab isn't superior to Arab, yeah, and that white isn't superior to black, and black isn't superior to white, yeah, and the only way a person is better is in their righteousness, in their actions, who does the more good actions and so forth. But what can happen, and this can happen if you're black, this can happen to your Asian or you're white, you can start becoming prejudice and racist, yeah, against other people who you don't mix with, you know, and it can make you looking down on people that you don't mix with. But look here, like for example, this example here is beautiful. That this guy, these are two different sets of guys, races, age, you know, but because he didn't see him as a little N-word, and he didn't see him as a white, you know, oppressor or white you know, yeah, distrustful white. They had a beautiful relationship, you know.
I don't know what to say. God, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. You know, now I realise how important he was in my life. The first main imposing figure, male figure.
Even this slight clip here, this is so short, but even the slight clip here, how he's holding his hand, how he's letting him hold his hand there, even though it's for a few seconds, yeah, letting him hold his hand like that. A lot of people would be worried about their cameras and stuff like that, because Ian Wright knows about cameras. He filmed every time he plays. He must probably play thousands of games with cameras. He's getting interviewed all the time and so forth. But a lot of people, they wouldn't hold hands like that. Why? You know, like, and I don't agree with, I'm not homophobic. Yeah, I'm not transphobic, but I don't agree with it. I believe it's morally wrong. Yeah, homosexuality and trans whatever vestites, I believe it's morally wrong. That's a whole different video. But I'm not transphobic or homophobic. I'm not scared of gays or homosexual. I'm not insecure about them. I just believe it's wrong. But the point I'm trying to say is that, look, even though like I disagree with it and all this kind of stuff, like he would most probably, for doing this now, he would most probably, in this day and age, young people that see this clip will most probably think, oh, why is man acting gay for? Why is man crying for this, that, and the other, and so forth? You know? Because as men, you're not supposed to show any feeling. But because he doesn't, because he respects the man for so much he did for me, he didn't mind that being on camera, even though it's very, very short.
God, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. You know, now I realise how important he was in my life. The first main imposing figure, male figure in my life. I know he loved me. You know, I don't know why.
Family is very important. Without the family unit, everything falls apart. And I wonder what this country is going to be like in 3 decades' time. In 30 years' time, 50 years' time, I wonder what it's going to be like. Because families starting to decrease. And without that, we ain't got nothing. You can have all the money, you can have all the nice buildings, you can have the latest technology. If you don't have family, yeah, family is the anchor. Family is the foundations. Families is the bricks at the bottom. And if they're not laid correctly, it's just a matter of time before the whole skyscraper falls down, you know?
Posing figure, male figure in my life. I know he loved me. You know, I don't know why he chose me. I'm glad that he did. He was the one who taught me about Jimmy Greaves and making sure when you finish when you're going through with the goalkeeper, look for the space, score beautiful goals. But he gave me responsibility. I mean, I used to collect the registers from the teachers. Then they made me milk monitor. I really liked that. And, you know, I looked
What was that like for the kid who couldn't sit still?
Well, it was really good. I just felt important. He wouldn't let me play football if he'd heard that I've been naughty in class. He just gave me a sense of feeling like I had some use. You know, it was really weird because the viral video that went around. Where
yes, in 2010, you were reunited with him.
And that's so, all this toxic, all this feminism that's going around. We don't need women independent. There's nothing wrong for a woman being independent, you know, and, you know, getting money to provide for herself with this, that, and the other. But joint onto that is this: we don't need no man. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to marry. Now women are saying, I don't even need the father in life. I can just have a baby. I don't even need the father of the baby. I don't even want. Not even that. Not even that I don't need. I don't even want the father of the baby. Yeah, I want to get pregnant, have a kid, then dash the father away. All this, I don't need a father. I don't need a family. I've got money. I've got the bag, so I don't need. This is. If a man doesn't have a father in his life, yeah, or male figures in his life, he's going to end up in jail, in the hospital, in the graveyard, or in a mental home. Kids need their fathers. Kids need their father. Kid needs a father. No matter, money is not a replacement. You know what I'm saying? Technology is not a replacement.
And that video clip online's been...
Feeling like I had some... I just felt important. He wouldn't let me play football if he'd heard that I've been naughty in class. He just gave me a sense of feeling like I had some use. You know, it was really weird because the viral video that went around. Where
Yes,
people...
in 2010, you were reunited with him, and that video clip online's been viewed over 2 million times. You had thought that he had passed away. You'd been told incorrectly.
Couldn't find him. I was doing a television show, and there's a bit in it where I had to go back to the ground and just sit in the director's box. And so we're sitting there in a reflective moment, and then he just came from my right shoulder. And I'd said to him, "Oh my gosh, I thought you died, I thought you was dead." And he said, "Well, I'm very much alive, Ian," something like that. And then he said how proud he is of me. And then I hugged him, and because he was 3 or 4 steps up, I felt like I was like 7 again. I remember him saying, you know, because he was one of the youngest pilots in World War II. And when we won the war, he was one of the pilots chosen to do the flyover of Buckingham Palace, right? So I remember him saying that he was more proud of the fact that I played for England than him flying over Buckingham Palace.
Oh, Ian.
I love that man. Gosh, man, I'm so sorry to people who are listening. I'm just turning into this bumbling, crying guy. But
They'll all be crying with you, Ian, don't worry.
When he said that, he changed my life just by recognizing, I don't know what it was when I was standing outside that classroom, that I needed more. And he gave it to me. And, you know, to be able to unveil his plaque at Turnham Junior School was the greatest thing I've ever done in my life, to be honest.
I hope you enjoyed the video. Yeah, if you like it, like the video. If you really like it, subscribe. I'm gonna try and work on some more videos. If you, like I said, if you like the content, like the video, subscribe. If you don't like it, don't subscribe, because I don't want you to watch the videos unless they benefit you. Yeah. I'm gonna do more videos. Be patient with me, because I do these videos outside of work and so forth. So, like, if you want to support me either by liking, subscribing, sharing, or financially. Yeah. Anyway, take care. Take care. I hope I see you in the next video, and I'll see you around. Yeah. God willing. Inshallah.